National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. This one fielded at the 5. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return. First and 10, and brought in by the tight end Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And to give this time to the tailback. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you...
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. To throw is Scott, operating from the gun. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I was a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it, man.
Last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that
the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And this one is right through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 117 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
Now Mayfield into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense. The other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Scott now from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. From the 36, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he'll give it here to his running back. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he whips that one incomplete there. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
To throw again on second down, Mayfield.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
And back at the 8 now, third and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. The quick slant caught. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a fourth and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it goes. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On second down, it's Dawson. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
180! Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Hurry! I got you!
To throw, Mayfield. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Let's go! Get set!
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go, baby.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Scott throwing on first down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Looking to throw. Scott. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10.
Mike 96. Hurry.
Mayfield. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 87 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And coming out now, the Broncos. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. We have hit half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They go play action here on first down. 20! And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Scott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. You got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Now a handoff here to his running back. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator. When we clip out the box score, nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now a handoff working right. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Scott throwing on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, he totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. They try and run on 1st down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The Chiefs on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The extra point up and good. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playing?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
Don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Scott on first down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Scott. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Broncos send out their punter now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. On second down now, Burris. And some space here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Let's go.
To throw is Scott. Throwing on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mayfield down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And sure, you hate the end result being a sack, but my question is, why are you going play action on 3rd and long anyway? No defense is going to respect the run in that situation. They're headed straight for the quarterback.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that.
There ain't no time, is it? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist.